Someone says something small, just one sentence. The room laughs, and suddenly you're the punchline. Maybe it's a comment about your work, maybe a joke about something you said earlier, maybe a subtle jab disguised as humor. Everyone hears it, everyone looks. And the strange part is this: the person who said it often smiles like nothing happened, almost casual. But if you slow that moment down, something becomes clear. Public insults rarely happen by accident. They're a social move, and once you see the pattern, you start noticing it everywhere. Work meetings, friend groups, family gatherings, even casual hangouts. Someone takes a shot at someone else, not privately, but in front of everyone. So the real question isn't why people insult others. People argue all the time. The real question is why some people wait for an audience. Because the audience is the entire point. Every social group quietly organizes itself into a hierarchy, not by titles, but by influence. Who gets listened to? Who gets interrupted? Who people look at when something confusing happens? Your brain maps these signals almost instantly. Who speaks confidently? Who hesitates? Who people laugh with? Who people laugh at? Your nervous system tracks it automatically. Because for most of human history, your position in the group mattered. Being pushed to the bottom of a tribe wasn't just embarrassing. It could mean less protection, less support, less influence. So humans evolved to constantly negotiate social position, usually in subtle ways. Eye contact, tone of voice, who interrupts whom. But sometimes someone uses a louder method: public disrespect, because humiliating someone in front of a group can instantly shift perceived status. If one person becomes the target of laughter, another person rises slightly, even if nothing else changes. And the bigger the audience, the bigger the effect. Every person watching updates their mental map of the hierarchy. It's like a silent broadcast. Look where I stand. And here's something strange. The target isn't always the weakest person in the room. Sometimes it's the opposite. The confident one, the respected one, the person who seems solid. Because challenging someone who already has status can elevate the challenger, if the attack works. High risk, but high reward. That's why these insults often come disguised as jokes. Relax, I'm kidding. Sarcasm, playful teasing. Comments that sit in a strange gray area. Not clearly hostile, but not friendly either. That ambiguity is intentional. If the room laughs, the move works. If the room goes quiet, the person retreats. It was just a joke. But underneath this behavior is something else: insecurity. People who feel stable in their position rarely need public takedowns, but people who feel uncertain about their place in the group often do. Their nervous system treats status like something fragile, so they reinforce it by lowering someone else. It's a shortcut. Instead of building real influence, they manufacture it through comparison, which creates a strange irony. Because while the insult might look confident, it's often powered by anxiety. And the group plays a role too. Sometimes people laugh not because the insult was funny, but because laughter spreads quickly. When a few people laugh, others follow. The brain reads laughter as a signal that something socially acceptable just happened, so people join in to avoid standing out, even if they felt uncomfortable, which means the moment passes, the group moves on, but something subtle has already happened. Everyone's mental map of the hierarchy shifted slightly, and once you notice this pattern, it becomes hard to ignore. Because public disrespect isn't random, it's part of an ancient negotiation system, one where status is constantly tested and adjusted, often through jokes that aren't really jokes, which leads to a final question. If public insults are attempts to gain status, what happens when someone refuses to play the game?